let's start a run. Shall we? Here we are. Now we're doing a real run. Hopefully we can pull that off. I will get the hard refill to have it for the plant fight. I will make sure to have that. Because the plant fight, after all this practice, the plant fight is still scary, and actually all the fights are scary because there can go something wrong because of RNG and stuff, and then you are screwed. Yes, we'll see. We can do that. We will find a time and then we can do that. No problem, no worries. We can do that. I'm really curious. It would be really nice to hear your voice for once. That would be cool. I'm really looking forward to that now. That's a great idea. Like, you already know my voice, but I do not know yours. I'm really looking forward to that. Pretty curious. Okay, get the sword. Equip the sword after the text box disappeared. Sometimes I forget to equip the sword and I'm wondering, why can't I just hit these guys? Of course you have to equip the sword. Here we are. This is a bad movement. Sometimes he just runs to the left and then you can approach him from behind, which is better and easier. Because horizontal combat is always easier than vertical combat. Because of the hitboxes are so awkward and strange that horizontally you have a larger hitbox with the sword or a larger range with the sword. That was the right word, not reach, as I said before. A longer range, wider range, longer range, higher range. I don't care. You know what I mean. You already know what I mean. So as you can see, I have to be very close to the enemy when I approach him from above or from below. That was pretty strange. Yes, the same goes for me. Like, I have to finish my work. I have to prepare classes for next week, which is a lot I have to prepare because I got a little bit more free time this week, as I said, because there was one class, one group I didn't have classes for them because they were doing something else, like a project or something in a different subject. So I didn't have to do anything for them. I only had another group. And next week I have both groups again, so it will be a little bit more time consuming, and I also have to prepare more stuff, basically, so I don't know, let's see how it goes. I was pretty productive today, so I prepared an exam for next week. Could finish it completely, which is nice. And I could do some grading as well. I had something. There was some retry exam I had to grade again, which was not so good, but was a little bit disappointed. But you cannot do anything. Sometimes you cannot just do anything. So yeah, of course, no problem, no worries. I really like the idea, and I'm really looking forward to that. So I will hit you up as soon as I can be certain about a time slot that we could use. Keeping in mind your time zone and stuff, I'm pretty sure we will find a time to do that. Oh, I forgot to split. Oh my god. It starts again. I will never be used to do this split. There was some point in the past where I just tried to imagine or to think about if it would be better to just skip some splits completely, like delete them, because they are not that necessary, I think. But I don't think so. I will just keep them and forget them. I will just keep them and keep forgetting them. It was okay. The exam I had to prepare for next week is a software engineering exam, and the exam that I had to do some grading was a C# exam. Did some C#. It's also pretty cool. It was pretty interesting, and I learned a lot by preparing classes for C# because I'm actually I have a Java background. I was only doing Java, nothing else, and getting into C# a little bit was pretty nice experience. I really enjoyed that. So it's not just that I, as a teacher, am teaching stuff to people or talking about stuff to teach it to people. I'm also learning stuff, a lot of stuff, for myself, which is pretty nice when you do this job. And if you are interested and if you have fun in learning stuff about computer science, of course. If not, then that's kind of a burden, kind of hard to do. But if you enjoy computer science in general and learning about computer science and talking about computer science, that's the best part. I really enjoy doing that. So yeah, that's basically a good sign that this is might be the right job for me, after all. Learning C# after learning Java is the same thing that I obviously for some reason did, basically did. So it's actually pretty easy to when you have mastered, or when you gain knowledge in Java on a kind of an expert level or senior developer level, then it's actually pretty easy to step on to switch over to C#, because the basic concept is basically the same, but C# offers some other features that Java has not, and some features are done in a different way. So speaking about that, yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good thought. Does C# has some benefits? I think things are different. Some things are different. Some things are a little bit just different, but it's hard to tell if it's better like C# does it, or if it's better how Java does it. But in general, I would say there are more, or some of the ways that C# takes are a little bit better than Java does. So basically, I cannot really think of an example right now. I would have to check for that, but there has been a situation where I thought, well, that's actually better, or I like it better than in Java, but I cannot really remember what it was. It was something. Sometimes it's just syntactically, like you can write it in a little bit better way or something. I'm not quite sure, but I think the yield feature is something that Java doesn't have. The yield feature, that would be something that could be quite useful if you know exactly how to use it and where to use it, but I cannot give you an example of where it's appropriate to use that in C# and where it would be nice to have in Java. Like a real world example or something. I really don't have something like that right now in my head. But there are people out there who keep telling you that C# is almost like Java, but only better. So might be possible that it is better, but the only downside I would say to C# is that you are stuck to this. No, that's the wrong way. That you are stuck to this .NET stuff, and of course in Java you have the JVM, or you need to have a JRE, this runtime environment and the virtual machine and stuff, and it's basically the same thing that .NET environment does. But you are kind of stuck to Windows systems, not entirely. There is a kind of a .NET core that you can use on Linux and Mac as well, I think. But it's kind of strange. So you're basically stuck to Windows. Also, when it comes to deployment, you are I do not know much about that, but I think you are kind of stuck to the IIS web server environment without having the opportunity to use something like an Apache Tomcat, which is platform independent. So that's a plus on the Java side, I believe. I would say. Yes. Visual Studio is also actually a very good IDE. If you have programmed in Java before and had to use Eclipse, Eclipse is basically also, it's not too bad. It's an IDE that does its job and it can be used pretty well, and it's also basically it's stable and reliable. But when it comes down to I need this plugin and I need that plugin and I installed a lot of plugins, sometimes these plugins are not behaving that well, and sometimes they are not compatible with each other and stuff, or certain versions. You need a certain version of that to make something work a certain way, and then it gets messy and even more messy, and then you will turn away from this IDE because you get really annoyed by it. So crashes and freezes and stuff, and taking too long for stuff to do. And I didn't do that much with Visual Studio yet, so I didn't host any big applications and big projects and try to do all the crazy stuff. But all in all, my experience with it has been a pleasure so far. I do not have any complaints so far with it, so I apologize, but I have to ask you, what do you mean with RAD application? I'm not sure right now. I do not know what this could mean, like right now. I try to think about something, but I cannot come up with an idea. What I did when it comes down to web applications with Visual Studio and IIS was I found a nice little project in GitHub that has a little HTTP server, just a really, really small application, just only 5 classes or something, and really just a few lines of code, not too much. You can understand it pretty well. You can just read it pretty well. It's pretty easy to understand the concept, and we used it to play around with some HTTP status codes, like response codes and stuff. That was pretty cool, because we could just adjust the code to our needs, and we could just play around with it and explore the field of HTTP servers. That was pretty cool, and that was written in C#, so we had a benefit from that because we had a C# class and the web application class, and we could kind of merge these two topics or subjects together, which was pretty cool. Learning C# while learning stuff about HTTP servers as simultaneously like that. That was pretty cool. That was pretty fun. I had a lot of fun with this thing. Rapid application development, okay. I have to be honest, I never heard about that. Did I kill enough soldiers? I hope so. Thanks for the explanation. I was about to ask you how you would explain that to me. Because I never heard about that before. Prototype. Okay, let me finish the sentence. Prototype and create applications real quickly. I am just starting to get pretty curious about that. Because maybe that's a thing that I could do in class, like getting stuff done quickly. Like, you do not have much time. When you're in class, you really want to get into programming, want to teach them about stuff, but you really don't have that much time. You have to write exams, you have to do stuff, but no, that's wrong. I need to equip the shovel before I do try to dig out a large turnip. So yeah, maybe that's a good way to do something real fast. Or ARD. I have to remember that. I could tell my Amazon Alexa, but she's not listening to me right now because I turned the microphone off for safety, because sometimes she hears her name even if I do not say it, and then she starts asking or yelling at me that she cannot help me and did not understand me and whatnot. I do not want this to happen in stream, so obviously, because it's kind of embarrassing. And she's pretty loud, because she's just standing over there. Oh, I killed enough soldiers, oh yeah. Leave me alone. Do not run into my way, please. I do not want to kill you. I do not need any more experience points. Thank you. Except this guy. Yes, I got it. I got him the soldier, the forest soldier quick kill or something. A Rockstar developer? I don't think so, but I think I'm a Rockstar teacher. Because I do not only teach them about computer science, I also teach them about how to live a proper life, how to be a good human being, how to be a good member of society, how to be LGBTQ+ friendly, and all that stuff. I really teach them a lesson about life in general, not just about computer science. I really do. And we have a lot of fun together. Like this one group, they have really good sense of humor. And sometimes they really get me. What is he doing? He's just getting stuck. Yeah, of course. Just get stuck there. Do not let me through. Thank you for that. Thank you for wasting my time. Welcome to the second slowest speedrun of any percent category. Quest for Camelot, any percent. Should I highlight this 2 hour 20 minutes 80% run? I think I will do anyway, so I tend to highlight everything that I do online. Because why not? Take a little break. This is a good opportunity to take a little break. I still save time here. Wow. How did I do that? Of course it's a new strat. I remember. Of course, the new strat. Of course it is. Of course I save time here. I forgot. Yeah, the reason is the new strat. We do not kill all the soldiers in the forest village. We only kill the soldiers that are running around in the garden of this farmer to make the large turnip appear. And we actually have to check how many soldiers exactly we have to kill, or which soldiers exactly we have to kill. because there might be an opportunity, or might be a chance that it's not all the soldiers that have to be killed, only some of them. And I do not want to save here. This time I just get into this fight and kill the boss. And if I mess up, I just have to reset. Hopefully not this time. I was taking it slow, as you could tell. It worked perfectly. That was not a perfect fight, but I wasted one cycle, but not too bad either. Okay. Okay, I got better at killing the plant in any percent, obviously. Still scared because the wizard fight is still ahead. Still have to do this. Maybe I can... Maybe there's a better route or a better way to get to the dragon scale. We should have checked before. We should have checked. We should have done a little check there. If there is a faster way to get to the dragon scale, because sometimes you can get around these trees, as you could see before. Maybe there's a faster way over here or something. I don't know. Anyway, we still have to collect this egg over here. Wasting time by dodging the dragons, which is not too bad. Sometimes they just are in your way. Getting around these trees. And doing a little jumping section here. That was close. I just took the risk. Okay, now I learned how to run, which speeds up the run a little bit, because I can move faster. I have to wait for the stone to appear again. I have to wait for another cycle. I think there's no faster way to do this. You really have to wait for the cycle again. All this pixel perfect movement here when you jump, when you do some jumping sections, that's pretty finicky, but we can do that. And now we can run. We can make use of that. And I wasted some time because I did not hit the screen transition. You really have to be at the top, like the top area of this screen transition to get it, to get over there. Okay, losing hearts here is not too big of a problem because we can just refill our hearts by killing these guys. I actually do not want to kill all of them. Yeah, you have to die because you are in my way, completely in my way. And I could just... Actually, I could just drown. That would bring me into the first section, or that would bring me back to the entrance. But I do not know if this is faster, because I would have to go all the way to the right, then up, then left, then right. And then over here, I think it's not that much faster. But we should check that. I should write something down. What I want to check. I want to check a faster way to get to the dragon scale. But I think I already did that sometime, at some point. I think I tried that before to get to the dragon scale a little bit faster. I do not think it worked. Fast kill. First try key. First try key. People, we are on. We got this. We got this. I didn't say that. I never do that. I never say something like the run goes well or something like that. I never do that. Because that would screw up the rest of the run. That would bring me in a situation where there's too much pressure and I could not handle that and I will just die. So I never do that. You never hear me say that. Never, never. Yeah, basically Kappa. First try key. Indeed, that's so cool. Okay, it can happen in any percent, not just in 100%. This is the proof. This is the proof for that. Wait a little bit. Do not jump immediately, because you will step on the stone that just disappears in the next couple of frames. So really make sure not to jump there. Here is a chance that you could jump and get a little bit further to the, a little bit ahead, and a little bit further to the plant. But I do not think that this might save a frame or so. I do not think that I'm in a position, or I'm skilled enough to make up my mind about stuff like this right now. I should just focus on getting a clean run, like clean execution of bosses and stuff, and not doing such weird stuff like optimizing the run down to the frame, like Donald Knuth kept saying or said. Like I want to use a quote by Donald Knuth. He said premature optimization is the root of all evil. And of course he meant something like if you do write an algorithm and you try to optimize it before you even finished it, that just messes up your code and your algorithm altogether, and you will not get a good result. But you can also do that, and you can also tell that this can be said about a speedrun, or that this accounts for a speedrun. Pretty nice fight, pretty fast. No, it's not dead yet. Okay. Why did you just die yet? Okay. That was still a pretty good fight, because he got hit a lot. Sometimes when you hit him, he just starts to blink and there's no sound. There has to be this high-pitched sound. That means you hit him. Otherwise you just don't. Saving time, hopefully... Oh, I mashed actually. That could have been a mistake, because when you just mash, you can hit the A button and save, which is not a thing we want to do, because it costs some seconds, I believe. I should measure that at some point. How much time some mistakes cost you and not, and such things like that. Okay, prepare for a lot of dart attacks here. Hopefully, as many as I can execute, as many as I can do. Even on short distances, this dart attack is pretty useful, because you do not need to, like in Zelda, you have to press the A button and wait for a couple of frames until Link starts to run. In this game, Kaylee starts immediately to run when you do it correctly. Like, press the direction twice, press the same direction on the D-pad twice, and then head into the direction and press the A button, sword button, which is the B button right now on my side here. Hopefully our little Discord call will not be too annoying for you, because I tend to explain all this stuff again and again, as you know already. I really try to be as informative as I can, like giving away as much information as I can, because I want to get people to speedrunning this game. I want people to learn this. Okay, that was a 111. That's not too bad, but also not too good. That's actually pretty average. I would say it's average right now, because the reason is I could not execute the dart attack too much. Not every time I tried, as you can see. Every time I hit thin air, I was doing wrong. I was doing a mistake. I was actually trying to execute the dart attack. I was wrong. That was a mistake as well, which is not good, because I have to face the wizard in a couple of minutes. Thanks for saying that. Okay, you're patient, then we are good to go. I believe we can do that. I'm pretty sure we can do that. I'm about to die here. Oh my god, what is happening? I do not want to use the heart. Maybe I get the heart container? I don't know. His dog. A cold. Collected hands. King has weapon. Excalibur, a villain, Ruber. I messed up. But not too much. I'm scared. Give me a heart, please. Of course not. That's pretty scary right now. Dealing with bats with one heart left. Not getting any hearts. This run might be over soon. I forgot to split. Did I? Yes, I did. My god, no hearts. No hearts whatsoever. This is scary. Super scary right now. What do? I don't want to die. I could use the heart refill, but then I would not have the heart refill in the wizard fight. That was so close. No heart. No heart. If I approach the wizard with just one heart, I would have to use the heart refill anyway, so I could just use it now. I really don't want to die. I really don't want to die right now. And as you can see, I can still mess up. Yeah, of course I get a heart. Of course I do. Now let's just not deal with the bats anymore, just head straight to the wizard. Don't do anything stupid right now. Just go away, just leave me alone. Just head to the wizard. Do not need experience points anyway, so... I'm being very careful right now, as you can tell. I think I didn't ask you. No, I didn't ask anything. I was just talking to myself about if I have to use the heart refill right now, or if I can just spare it until I have to fight the wizard. Unfortunately, I had to use the heart refill because I was too scared, because all these bats can kill me in an instant. So, yes. I tried to avoid killing the bats because I didn't need any hearts anymore. I have to kill this one, by the way. But I used the heart refill, so I do not have a heart refill right now when I have to fight the wizard, unfortunately. This could be really bad. I hope I can pull it off. Like, killing this guy without getting killed. That would be nice. Because the rest of the run should be not too hard. Should not be too hard. I could do a safety save here, but I do not want to actually. I really want to have a smooth run. This doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. Oh, he killed me! This guy. This guy killed me. Again. I hate this guy. Did you see that? It's stupid. I have to... No, I do not want to say the word I have in mind right now. I do not want to say it. Stupid wizard. I knew that. I knew I would need the heart refill. I really want to have the heart refill when I approach the wizard. why did I start? Why did I get in trouble so much? Because I had to use the hardware fill premature optimization, as I said.